Previously on Zero Escape, 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. Million an iron barrel. Judging by the rust, it's probably really old.
Maybe we shouldn't open it up. I don't think it'd be a pretty sight.
Did I ever tell you the time that by accident I ended up drinking chocolate milk that was that I leave open in the in a table and well
stop making
well
stop making it sound like a Family Guy cutaway.
You know what the funny thing is though?
What?
I never watched Family Guy.
Oh my god.
And now back to hello everybody, it's the Ravens here. I'm back here to Zero Escape with Seth here. Say hello, Seth.
Yo.
Yeah, it took a bit to take this video out, mostly because just some celebrations and me pulling out lighters and other stuff. I just needed to catch up on some sleep, but now I am as good as new. So, let's see where this will lead us. Yeah, but yeah, he said that the last episode, so yeah, what's awaiting us, 7? Yeah, 7 grabbed the brass knob and slowly opened the door. The creak of the hinge sounded like the groan of an old woman. A chill sneaked its way down Chumbi's spine. Quickly, he gathered what courage he could and took the first step into the room. 7 followed, with Clover right behind him. Part of the room just past the door was obscured by a screen. Clover's curiosity got the better of her, and she darted past Junpei to peer around the screen.
Yeah. Oh god, what was that noise I just made?
I don't know, but that sounded so convincing. What the fuck?
I did not know.
I do not know how the fuck you did that, but that shit sounded like an actual little girl. Like, what the fuck did you do?
I don't know what I did.
Well, damn.
I've never done that before.
Well, you clearly were meant to at some point, but holy shit.
I don't know why I made that sound. Why was that so genuine?
Yeah.
I'm not a femboy, I swear.
Well, you technically are a cyborg, so you can add some parts to it.
Okay, I don't fuck up. I don't fuck with my voice.
Fair.
My vocal cords are still intact, buddy. Read the lore.
I don't know, man. So somebody or you must have just crossed some wires there and there.
Whatever, continue.
He and 7 ran toward Clover to see what had frightened her. They rounded the screen, and the cause of her outburst was immediately clear.
What the hell is this?
Is
that a corpse?
It was something that looked kind of like a human lying across some sort of bed. No, not a bed. An operating table. The table sat on a rusty steel lift, and a cluster of bright operating lights shone down on it from the ceiling. Slowly, they approached. As they got closer to the body, it became clear that it wasn't a body at all.
What the hell? That's just a huge doll or something. A doll?
Clover did not look terribly comforted. Slowly, she approached the operating table and looked as intently as possible from as far away as possible at the thing.
Yeah.
Junpei could see her relax.
You're right. It's only a doll. Man, it really scared me.
She heaved a great sigh of relief and wiped a few drops of sweat from her forehead. 7 smirked.
Well, I guess guess it would have been weird if you actually had any balls.
Shut it!
My God.
Don't you start with me, fatty!
Oh, what's this? You want a piece of me, short stuff?
Yeah, bring it on, you whale!
Damn.
Hey, guys, not again, okay? Seriously, knock it off.
Junpei sighed and shook his head.
Anyway, it looks like he's got something the two of you could... It looks like he's got something the two of you could stand to have a little more of. I'm talking about a heart. Huh? Oh, this? You mean it's on his chest? Yeah.
It was set a little higher than normal for a human body, but from the shape of the organ, there could be no doubt that it was a heart.
Why would there be a heart in a doll?
I don't think it's a doll.
You think maybe it's like a medical mannequin or something?
Maybe it's got more personal uses?
You said it, not me. Seven's Green was...
I'm the only one who can say it because I'm the one voicing all these damn characters.
Yeah. So Seven's Green was more than a little perverted. Clever glare on him.
Anyway, how about we take a look around the place? Let's go.
Okay.
Sure thing.
Here we go. Yeah, now my Nintendo DS is less laggy after some modifications to my the DS.
Yeah.
So much better. Seek a way out.
Alright, here we go again. Obviously, we got the table here. So yeah, let's take a look.
An operating table. Do you think old operating tables looked like this?
I have no idea. Alright, check the doll.
These dolls are really kind of creepy, you know?
Hey, it says something here. John?
It's John Zero Escape.
There's always gonna be one.
You think that's the doll's name?
Maybe.
This thing is creepy.
Wonder why it's on the bed. I also just it only just got to me that I'm putting my voice in every range I can go. The highest pitch, middle pitch, and lowest pitch.
Yup.
I'm really gonna be testing my vocal cords today.
Yeah, wait until you get to the intonations, because when I was having to voice every character in It's On My series, I had to play with my voice a lot.
Yeah. Alright, yeah, the box thing.
Hey. I wonder what this thing is. It says KG on this display.
Well, that's something that not many Americans or Americans at all will know. Kilograms.
Yup. You think maybe it's a scale?
Yeah, there's something happening if I investigate it twice.
Yeah, I was gonna say investigate again. Huh? There's some sort of lid on this thing.
Why don't you try opening it?
Can't. There's no handle. I can't get under it with my nails either.
Okay.
It's an old operating table. The medical mannequin is lying on it. Creepy medical mannequin is lying on the bed. Apparently, his name is John.
Oh, there's something here.
Alright, well. Yeah, there's a sheet in the corner.
Nope.
A white cloth.
Thank you, Junpei.
Interact with it again. Maybe there's more.
Okay, no.
No. Okay. Yeah. To the right! Wait, maybe we can interact with it now.
Oh, yep.
There we go.
Oh.
Oh, we've got to assemble another mannequin. Okay. Check the box thing at the bottom. There's some kind of device attached to the bed.
That's a typo.
Fuck, it took me a while. No, there's some kind of device. Okay. So it's KG on the panel. Yeah. Is this Gale?
Most likely, just like the previous one.
No shit. No shit, Sherlock. Oh yeah, the bed. Or we check out the mannequin itself. This bed doesn't look very comfortable.
Thank you.
Another medical mannequin?
From the looks of it, this one's a chick.
She has a name too.
Lucy. Poor thing. Looks like Miss Lucy only has a head and a left arm.
Maybe we're supposed to gather all our parts.
Sounds reasonable.
Yeah, probably. Check the table. Grab the scissors.
Yeah, clearly it stands out.
Yeah.
Are those scissors? They look kind of funny.
No, that's probably a pair of kosher forceps. How do you know that?
Right?
Surgeons use them during operations. They can hold blood vessels shut and keep tissue out of the way. We can use it to pull stuff out of small holes or something like that.
But yeah. Yeah, kosher forceps. I actually know this shit because I played a game made by Atlas that was about doctors and I had to use these forceps.
Yeah. Alright, the boiler. What's this thing? It's got these short iron legs.
Maybe it's a heater?
There's nothing inside it. Damn, okay. To the right! Oh, hey, torso.
Yep, fake chest.
Ew, that's gross!
This is the chest? It's a woman's chest. The heart's gone, but it's pretty hot. What the fuck?
If that kind of thing turns you on, Seven, you're a real creepo.
Alright, we'll keep checking the table. We got drawers.
Maybe you're supposed to heat something like that ghost to kill the bacteria. There's a boiling thingy over there.
There's nothing on the lid or in the drawers. Okay, well, there goes that. There's a bunch of medical supplies in the cabinet, probably, right?
Yep.
There's a whole bunch of bottles on the shelves. They all look like medicine. They've got labels, but they're all big medical words that I don't understand.
Fair enough.
I feel that.
Yeah, down here too.
There's a lot of different kinds of medication. It's hard to tell them apart.
And all below.
The jar's empty.
Yeah, nothing there.
Like the abnormality?
Hello?
Check the curtains, maybe?
Oh.
Oh! Yeah, go. Door! It's locked. Damn.
We could probably find the key if we just look some more. Let's look somewhere else.
Alrighty.
Damn. What about the other side? Yeah! Another door! Left one. Looks like it's locked. Guess we're gonna need a key for this one.
Yeah, and this is where we came from, right?
Yeah.
Jinbei, where are you going?
That's the door we came through.
The only thing out there is the numbered door.
I'm pretty sure I don't need to tell you that numbered door is a one-way deal. So, you're saying there's no point going back there, huh? And they're nodding. Awesome. Alright, to the right!
Ooh.
Okay, first things first, check the table before we actually go check that mannequin part.
Alright. Again.
Well, that knife clearly stands out.
Yep. Scalpel.
Scalpel. A scalpel that's not rusty. Seems like it was put there for a reason, huh?
You think it's telling us to cut something?
Yeah, I do. Okay, yeah. So check the mannequin thingy. A medical mannequin with its guts showing.
Ew. Gross.
Hey, Junpei. There's a slit in this thing's chest. Yeah, sure is. There's something in there. Maybe we can get it out. Oh? Ugh. Damn it. Stinking thing won't budge. It's stuck.
Hell, I guess you can't use force on this one then. We need something small that can fit through that little hole.
Well, boy, gee howdy, do we have something for that?
Yep. There we go.
Fake organ.
So we took the organ thingy out of the chest thingy.
It's a lung, not an organ thingy.
Huh? This part here on the back. It's all rubbery.
You're right. I almost did the wrong voice. So, it's a fake organ. Of course wait, what's Seven grabbing it for? Hey, feels like there's something in here.
You think we can cut through the rubber part?
Oh.
Well, boy golly gee howdy, do we have something for that? Let's try cutting this organ with a scalpel.
Hey.
We got a key! Okay.
There's a key in this organ.
Found the key in an internal organ.
Have you ever saw the Saw movies?
No, I'm not big on horror. You
Well,
know this.
Saw is not really horror though. It's more like the escape room, do or die kind of thing. Kind of like this.
Still, that stuff creeps me out, though. I'm gonna be honest.
Huh. Yeah, no, I mean, I imagine horror more as the slasher following you, or terror spookies there and there. Meanwhile, so it's just a guy puts you in some kind of place for you to do a puzzle, and if you fail, you die. And and most of those
Like
puzzles
this!
involve, yeah, and some puzzles involve doing harm to yourself to get something out. Like for example, in the first movie, literally somebody had to cut a guy's gut open to get the key out.
Yeah, I don't want to think about that.
Yeah, so I
Alright,
guess
well, we have a key now.
Yeah, I guess in that case, it's not a terror, but gore that would get you away then.
Yeah, gore. I'm not the biggest fan of it.
Gotcha.
All right, let's check the door. Yeah, the door on the left. Let's see if that works.
He goes in.
Cool, that unlocked.
Oh.
I think you can hang your coat here. It's a bunch of hooks. Oh, well, thingy on the left. Open. Oh. A cabinet with a drawer in it.
Thank you.
Open sesame. Let's see if... Huh? A piece of paper. What's this? It's some kind of medical record?
New material has been added to the file screen. Oh, okay, let's see.
Check the file.
Yeah, medical record. Oh.
Oh, God. Okay, I'm taking a fucking screenshot of this. I don't want to go back and forth.
Yep, no, completely understandable.
Open. Why won't the app open?
Open sesame.
Oh, my entire PC is bugging out.
Oh, I mean, you can also press the key imprint Petsus, and then
No, but Yuzu, nothing's working on my computer right now other than Discord. I have to restart it.
Oh, okay. Goodbye at the moment then.
So, yeah, pause real quick. I'll be back in like a couple minutes.
Okay, we're back.
Okay. And okay. Screenshot. Got it. Alright, I'm gonna keep that in my back pocket.
Okay,
Alright, there. Yeah, I guess check the table then. Table on the right. Or
Oh.
whatever. What the hell are you doing? Don't you want to get out of here?
But I'm tired.
This game has some good humor, man.
Yeah.
Oh god, this looks like a puzzle.
Yep.
I guess just go left to right and see what these things are. Oh no. I think I kind of know what this puzzle is.
Ooh.
Okay. It's a ray of light going through the beaker. Or there's a ray of light going through the beaker.
And it's hitting the thing on the right.
So we gotta make several beams of all the different colors.
Hmm.
I believe. Okay.
The white light at the top is glowing.
Yeah, but the red, blue, and purple ones still aren't lit. So we gotta find things to use there. Oh, well, that would work. Yeah.
It won't open. It looks like it's locked. There's a red plate on it. Do you think that means something?
Damn. It's not opening. Locked, of course. The blue plate on there seems a little suspicious, though. Damn! It's not opening. It won't even budge. This purple plate on it, too.
They all get to speak.
Maybe interact with the plates.
Oh, whoops.
A sink. The doctors and nurses probably washed their hands here before an operation. Nothing suspicious here. Yeah. That's the item button.
Whoops.
No.
No, I can. Yeah, no, I can inspect the plates.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Wait, actually, I'm gonna go to the items and I'm gonna let you see something that shouldn't be here.
We already used the key, didn't we?
So why do we still have it?
Because there's. Oh, we can go through the other door, right?
Let's see. Yep.
I mean, I was gonna test that anyway because I saw we had the key still. I was gonna test that anyway. I just wanted to check everything in the room.
Yeah, I mean, we check everything.
Okay. Yeah. Awesome! It's unlocked! What the fuck? I wasn't expecting this. Just check the thing in the middle then. Why does that look like a bomb? Check the paper. There's a note on top of the table. Iron equals 1, salt equals 2, water equals 3. Let me get my paper!
Yeah, get your paper. Get your paper out.
I moved my tablet out of the way. I'm not gonna need that shit. I'm writing this down on actual paper made from actual wood. I had to kill a couple trees for this paper anyway, so...
It's funny how in this font, the water can be also seen as like an H or an N.
Yeah, anyway, I got it. Okay, so we're looking for carbon dioxide. Ammonia, ethanol.
What do you think this is a hint for?
Maybe it's got something to do with this box. All right, we'll check the canisters then. We'll check the box last. Oh, blue liquid.
Looks like there's something inside that bottle.
Why don't you try pouring some onto the cap? Can't see any reason why not.
What's that? It's bright blue. Do you think it's alien blood?
Where the hell did that come from?
Then what do you think it is, Seven?
I don't know, some sort of special bath soap?
Ugh, what a boring guess.
Alright, grab the other one. Red liquid. Oh, blue and red makes purple. Okay.
Looks like there's something inside that bottle.
Why don't you put it? Okay, yeah, it's the same text.
Oh, yep.
That's the only reason why not.
What's that? It's bright red. Do you think it's blood?
No, blood's thicker than that.
Then what is it?
Beats me. Okay, wait. Didn't Seven say he knows jack shit about his past?
Yeah? Or at least he has... Well,
How does he know all this shit?
The same, I mean, the same way that he knows about the gigantic, but don't know about much of anything else. Basically, his memory
Okay, well...
Yeah, I mean, yeah, amnesia doesn't really mean that you forget everything. Just that you don't forget things, but you at least can know certain other things, like knowing how to write.
Yeah. Okay.
But the fact that he knows this,
any point.
but the fact that he knows that though means that it has something to do with his past too.
Yeah. Anyway, no point interacting with the box. I think we have everything in here. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say we have everything.
Not
And, yeah, let's get
quite,
out
but
of
at the very least you have everything for for another thing.
Yeah, I know, for the color puzzle. Yeah, let's go do the color puzzle. So right now, what liquid do we have on hand right now? So we're gonna start with the top. So we're gonna start with, yeah, red. Start with red. Turn the light on.
Oh.
Hey, it turned red.
Forget about that. Did you hear that just now? Yeah, that means the red one's open, right?
Yep.
Leg!
Leg.
The right foot of the medical mannequin. I guess it's a woman's foot, but damn. Doesn't look hot at all.
Have you got a thing for feet, Seven?
No, that's crazy.
You're sure acting kind of shady.
I mean, he didn't
Alright,
hide.
open blue.
I mean, he didn't hide it for the chest, so maybe. Who knows? Oh wait, I have the blue.
You're on blue liquid. And light.
It's blue now.
I think I heard another noise. Alright, go grab the... Yeah. Open up the blue cabinet. Leg.
This is the left foot of the mannequin. Do you think I'm better?
What?
Do you think my legs are skinnier?
Not the moment.
Oh my god.
Not the moment for this.
Not the moment. Anyway, yeah, now we combine both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see it purple.
Yep.
I get it. Combine the red liquid and the blue liquid to make a purple one.
Good job, Junpei! The purple light came on, and I heard it unlock. Sure, it's unlocked. The locker with the purple plate has got to be unlocked.
Alright, let's see what happened. God. Also, how the fuck do you unmake purple liquid?
I mean, he just grabs and tosses onto the sink that they said that was there.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the sink. Anyway, yeah, fake stomach.
This is a really big nose.
It does kind of look like one.
Yeah. That's no nose. It's a stomach.
Oh. A stomach.
Oh, she actually thought it was an big nose.
Yeah, there's a. Oh, have you gone through that door yet?
Oh, what? Oh,
The
this
door in this room. Yeah,
it's locked.
it's locked. It won't even budge.
Do you think this is the exit?
Maybe.
Probably. I mean, it's clearly got something to do with something. Anyway.
But
Yeah. Apparently, you told me I missed something in the other room.
I mean, yeah, we didn't investigate any of this.
Oh yeah, let's start from the left and move around.
Junpei, there's a bottle of iron powder on the shelf.
How do you know it's iron?
The label says FE.
Ah, yeah, that's the initials for iron in the periodic
Yeah.
table.
FE stands for iron, right?
I can't memorize that one because of I just correlate the steel with faith. Well, not feel iron with faith.
Oh wait, yeah. So, yeah, bottle of iron powder. So iron. So that's one. Okay, check the blow it.
Oh, what the fuck did I click that multiple times?
Iron is Fe. It's a molecule with only one atom.
Yeah, below it.
Hey, Junpei, you think there are any slugs on this ship?
Oh, you found salt.
Huh?
I immediately made that correlation because I was the kind of kid that put salt on slugs.
Oh god.
Yep.
Well, if there are, I was thinking we could put salt on them.
Yep. My same straight up thought.
What's she pointing at? The label states NaCl.
Yeah. Or
Yeah,
knuckle. How I kind of say it myself. Knuckle.
Knackle. Salt, huh?
Do you think Seven will shrivel up if we put it on him?
Hey! You say something? Alright, check.
Okay. Yeah.
You direct with the same thing again.
Just double checking.
Yeah.
Something stinks.
Sulfur? So sulfur stinks a lot, and I kind of know that because of the Shrek movie.
We don't have a sulfur thing, though. Is it coming from this bottle? It says NH3.
Nitrogen, hydrogen free. What the fuck is that?
Well, that of course stinks. It's ammonia. Oh! So, yeah.
You got it noted?
Yeah.
Okay.
Check below.
Okay. I tried to check the middle, but it was there too.
Oh, good stuff. Let's go for a drink. Oh, he's talking about ethanol.
Nah.
Or, yeah, I think it's ethanol. What are you talking about? I'm talking about that bottle. It says C2H5OH, right?
Yeah. So yeah, carbon. Carbon 2, hydrogen 2, oxygen and hydrogen again.
H5.
Oh, right. There.
Yeah, it's ethanol. That's right. It's also known as ethyl alcohol. It's pretty much what booze is made of.
You're right about that.
So, you're gonna drink it? Nah, I won't. It might say what it is on the label, but there could be anything in there.
Fair.
Smart thinking!
Yeah. But also, yeah,
Right, yeah.
the fact that, again, the fact that he knows his shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that. I also know that that's ethanol because they also put me that shit in fucking chemistry, but still. Yeah, you know what? Actually, yeah, that means that he just remembers his fucking classes, unlike a certain myself.
All right, yeah. Hey, Junpei. There's dihydrogen monoxide on the shelf. Why don't you just say water?
That's how you fucking say it? Yeah, I got so used to just call it H2O that I never even thought to just think that that's how it would be called.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Okay, I got it marked. What's this? Looks like a can with a spray nozzle. This is carbon dioxide, yeah. CO2. It says CO2. So it's a can filled with carbon dioxide.
Anything below?
Okay.
No.
No.
Yeah, I think that's everything.
Yeah, so... Yeah, given the fact that ammonia and ethanol are on the same counter... Okay, yeah. Well, look at the first line. Maybe question mark represents a number.
Oh wait, I remember what they want you to do in here. You can technically solve this. You can also find something else to help you solve it. So let's get back here after a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, because I swear you can find something else. Because what I think it is that they want you to count the atoms on the ones that are missing.
Yeah, because I don't remember what those ones are.
Okay, we don't have all the parts. Or maybe that thing.
No, we're missing an arm. We're missing an arm.
Yeah. Okay. Or maybe they know that I'm thinking about it's in here too. Oh, or maybe they'll say some more things.
NH3. N is nitrogen and H is hydrogen.
So in other words, ammonia is made of
Oh, there you go.
1 nitrogen atom and 3 hydrogen atoms.
Okay, this is how I knew.
So
right. So yeah, we just click again on the things.
So yeah, that one was ammonia. So ammonia is 4.
Okay. What other ones do we need it?
Carbon dioxide and ethanol. So yeah, carbon dioxide is there. CO2. C is for carbon and O is for oxygen.
Oh yeah, this will be free, right?
So carbon dioxide is made up of 1 carbon atom and 2 oxygen atoms.
So yeah,
Yeah.
3.
Free.
Okay, now it's just below the ammonia then.
That shit. Whoops.
Below. No, that's ammonia. Whatever the fuck that is. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
it's
this
fucking
will be
just
9.
continue. Yeah. C is carbon, H is hydrogen, and O is oxygen.
So basically, ethanol is made of 2 carbon atoms, 6 hydrogen atoms, and 1 oxygen atom.
Yep, so 9 in total.
So 8, yeah, 9.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Go back to here. The order? It should be 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 9. That's the code.
All right, let's go.
The box is locked. Looks like you have to enter a passcode on the keypad to open it. I can only enter 3 numbers. Let's give it a shot. Okay, so it's a 3-number code. Is it just 3, 4, 9?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Glad you didn't overthink it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because if we're just looking for the missing numbers, then yeah. It's the right arm of the body. It's kind of creepy.
But I'll tell you this, man.
Grab the heart.
When I play this shit for the first time, I overthink it to hell and back instead of.
Yeah.
Like I was getting the fucking digital rule between all these 3 and all that shit.
Yeah. A heart. This thing is super creepy. This ain't good for a heart. This ain't good for the heart. All right, let's go build a mannequin.
Oh.
You think we should go back? Yeah, I think that's probably best.
Clover nodded and left. Junpei was about to follow her when he realized that 7 wasn't following suit.
Hey, 7, what's up? Oh, well...
He looked up at Junpei distractedly, and then back down at the brown bottle he held a cup in his large hands.
What's that?
In response, 7 tossed the bottle gently to Junpei. He caught it and twisted it around to read the label.
Ethylenediamine. Tar, whatever the fuck that is. EDT. It's tartaric ethylenediamine. What kind of medicine is that? It's not medicine. I think it's an industrial strength detergent. Why would they have something like that here? Well, probably to clean stuff up. Clean what up?
I don't know, blood? The ship?
Blood, yeah. Fuck if I know. Still. It looks like it's cleaned my brain up.
Junpei looked up from the bottle.
You remember something?
7 nodded, slowly, and spoke.
Well, I remember a story about EDT. It happened about 50 years ago. There was this factory somewhere in America making big old EDT crystals. They were making it to sell as industrial strength cleaner, like I told you before. But
a year after the factory started up, something strange started happening with the crystals they were building. Water molecules started attaching themselves to the EDT crystals. This made them into a sort of mutation of the original crystals called a hydrate. Once the crystal turns into a hydrate, though, it's useless as a cleaner. The factory had to just dump the crystals as a hydrate. As a hydrate, they were useless. But it didn't end there. After that day, the same thing started happening in EDT factories everywhere, even ones nowhere near that first American factory. They've been making crystals the same way, with the same materials and the same equipment and environment, but now, all of a sudden, every single crystal they form turned into a hydrate. In fact, ever since that day, no factory anywhere has been able to make a pure EDT crystal. Even in EDT research done years before, they never got a hydrate. But after it happened at the first factory, it just spread.
It was like, man, how do you say it? Like the molecules were communicating with one another.
Does that sound familiar?
Yep. Transmitting information in a way humans can't perceive. This phenomena spread throughout the world, right?
Junpei looked at Seven with a half a smirk. Seven stared at him, dumbfounded.
Yeah, that's it, exactly. But how did you know? I heard another story kind of like that one. When? In the freezer. What? The freezer?
Junpei told Seven the story he'd heard from June in the freezer in the kitchen. How one day glycerin began to crystallize, and the story of ice that wouldn't melt at room temperature. When Junpei was done, Seven looked thoughtful and absent-mindedly rubbed the scar on his chin.
Ice that doesn't melt at room temperature, huh?
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, hold it. I feel like I can remember something. It's right there.
Seven squinted. His eyes stared off into space, as if he were trying desperately to focus on something far away.
You know something about it.
Alright.
Know something about it?
I told you, I think I do. Just hold on.
Seven thought hard and mumbled to himself. After a few minutes, he gave up.
Damn it. Why'd you have to ask me some dumbass question? I totally lost my train of thought.
Sorry, man.
But before Seven got the chance to reproach him further, Clover's voice pierced the air.
Hey! What are you two doing over there? Wasting time and get over here!
Okay, we're coming.
Ugh!
Seven looked at Junpei.
Well, look, if I remember anything, I'll let you know, alright? Right now, we need to get the hell out of this room, though, okay?
With that, he turned and left. Junpei, his mind still occupied with the story Seven had told him, slowly followed. So what did happen there?
Picked the wrong answer.
Well, whoops. Anyways, we have all the parts.
Okay. So we've collected the 6 parts of the medical mannequin. So the ones we've got must be for Lucy, right? Yeah.
Seems like it.
Well, I say we give Lucy her parts back. Any objections? Nope.
Agreed.
Alright, let's get started. Combine! Hey. Nothing happened.
That's odd. Maybe it's the wrong weight?
Wait. Yeah, well, you know how there's a scale on the side of the bed? Maybe we need to get the scale to a specific number.
Oh, we're gonna do that.
I think we're supposed to swap her body parts with John's. Oh.
Let's give it a shot.
And this is where the screenshot comes in.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna mark every part down, every part down with a specific number. So obviously, yeah. So, actually, I'm gonna have a specific section for every part. So we've got chest, stomach, legs, and arms. So we've got a arm that's 1.5 and an arm that's 1. For right leg. Male and female. Yeah, male is always going to be on the left. And yeah, okay, so legs. 3.4 over 3. Wait, no. I had that swapped. Fuck. Here, that was left I wrote down. Sorry. So then, yeah. Now for the right, so it's 4.5 over 4. For the stomach, it's 5.6 over 5. For the chest, it's 6.2 over 6. And for the heart, it's 2.3 over 2. So yeah. Okay, so we need Lucy to be 53.2 and John to be 51.3. So okay, let me do some calculations here.
Yep.
Let's okay, so first of all, let me calculate John's total weight right now with all those parts. So let me grab a fucking calculator. Wait. Wait, what? Wait, but John's total weight right now is 23.5.
Yeah.
How are we supposed to get it in the 50s? Oh, wait, it says at the bottom. Oh, wait, so we need John at 51.3. So currently as they are right now. Yeah. So take... Okay. First things first, I think... Swap. Swap torso and stomach.
Okay.
Swap hearts. Okay, how close are we? Okay, so John is too heavy. So swap the left leg and the arm. Fuck, we're 0.2. Wait. Swap the hearts. Swap the hearts again. Fuck. John is still too heavy. So swap the leg? Swap the...
There you go.
Yeah. So it's literally just body swap.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a very
It's
easy
just
puzzle.
body swap.
In hindsight, it's a very easy puzzle.
What the
Minus the heart, though. Minus the heart.
Yeah, it's just body swap, obviously, like external swap. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
If you're gonna make a puzzle look that complicated, make it complicated.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
This is one of the things that this game loves to people to do. Overthink.
Yeah, I fucking see that. Like,
Yep.
fuck. Okay.
Hey, Junpei, I just heard something. It came from John's operating table. We better check it out.
All right, let's go check it out. Wrong way.
No, whoops.
It's an auto operated. Yeah. Huh? The lid on the scale. Ba-ba-da-ba. Hey, it opened. Oh, I get it. It must have opened because we matched John's weight with to the one on the chart.
Jupiter key.
Hey, there's a mark engraved on the key. I think it's the Jupiter symbol. All right, let's go check out the door in the other room, in the first room, then.
Yep.
Medic!
There we go.
Hey, hold on.
Junpei stopped, about to put the key into the doorknob.
What's up?
Where's Clover?
Huh?
Junpei turned around. Clover was nowhere to be seen.
God damn it, where the hell did she go? Okay. Just hold on a minute. I'll go get her.
Sure thing.
Junpei left Seven at the door and headed back to the operating room. He found her, standing next to the operating table. She was staring at the mannequin.
Hey, Clover, what's wrong? Come on, let's get out of here.
She didn't respond. If she hadn't been standing up and breathing, Junpei might have thought she was dead.
What are you doing? Did you come back here to say goodbye to John?
It wasn't the best joke, but it was something, and a time to lighten the mood. Clover didn't laugh. She stood stock still and said nothing.
Hey, Clover, can you hear me?
Perhaps it was something he'd said, or perhaps it was something else. Suddenly, her mouth opened, and she whispered in a dry, dead voice.
My brother might be dead. Huh? That's why we couldn't find him. If he's dead, I'm going to be next.
Suddenly, the operating room felt very, very cold.
What are you talking about? What's wrong with you?
He gave her a small shake, but she still didn't respond. The silence grew heavier. Junpei, what do you want to do?
Give her the 4-leaf clover.
Yeah, that option would not be available if if Santa didn't give you the if Santa didn't give you the 4-leaf clover. Well, or you didn't accept it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He didn't know why, but suddenly Junpei remembered something he'd been given earlier. He reached into his pocket and dug it out. A 4-leaf clover. Santa had given it to him in the second classroom. He held it out to Clover.
Did you know that each leaf on the 4-leaf clover means something? Hope, faith, love, and luck.
Okay, it was hope, not trust. I was so mistaken on that one.
Yeah. Take it. Use it as a good luck charm.
He pressed the 4-leaf clover into her hand.
Listen to me, Clover. No matter what happens, you can never lose hope. You have to remember what's most important, and that's to have faith and to have love. If you can remember all of those, that'll bring you good luck. Snake, I mean, your brother, he's not dead. He's alive, somewhere. I'm sure of it. You've just gotta believe in that.
Clover stared at the 4-leaf clover in her hand. He could see tears that start to form at the corners of her eyes.
Thank you.
Her voice was tiny and broken, and as she spoke, she started to cry. She tried to hide her tears by looking at the floor, but it did little good. She wiped away tears with the baggy arms of her jacket, but more quickly took their place. No matter how she tried, she couldn't stop crying. Her tears made small wet circles on the floor.
Thank you.
She said it again. Then she looked up at Junpei and seemed to choke down the last of her grief. She did her best to smile. Junpei wiped an errant tear from her cheek with his thumb and gave her the best smile he could manage.
Now, come on. Seven's waiting for us at the exit.
But still, she didn't move.
Wait. Before we go, there's one last thing I want to ask you.
What's that?
What do you think when you hear the word experiment?
For a moment, his mind froze. Then he came back to his senses and realized the word meant nothing to him, aside from the dictionary definition.
What?
Oh. Huh. I guess it was just a coincidence then. I mean, that you knew about the 4-leaf clover.
You might want to pin that on your thought cloud.
Yep, let me get a fucking new page, so...
I am not gonna explain why, but I'm just gonna tell you to put it. Alright, you got it down?
Got it.
Yeah.
Sorry, look, I'm sorry. I don't want to be a jerk, but... You're making less sense than no sense right now.
Oh, no, it's nothing. Just forget about it.
Oh, don't give me that. You really think I could just drop this? What's this experiment you were talking about?
You mean experiment?
Yeah.
You said experiment.
Experiment.
Experiment, yeah. Anyway, Clover
Okay.
looked away. The 4-leaf clover was still in her hand. She stared at a long moment and then finally spoke.
You promise you won't tell anyone?
Cross my heart.
Really?
Really.
I can trust you, right?
Of course you can.
Clover slipped a four-leaf clover into her pocket. Her eyes still red from crying, she looked up at Junpei.
Okay then, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what happened on the ship 9 years ago.
Add that to your thought cloud!
Just type Clover connected to ship.
Also, yeah, 9 fucking years ago. Oh. Yeah, the previous episode you wanted some answers, now you start to getting some little answers.
Wait. On this ship?
Yeah, this ship.
He was entirely lost. He had 1,000 questions, but it was probably best, he thought, to save them until Clover had finished.
It was an experiment to test some sort of psychic thing. Something about communicating through these fields that you can't see.
Another one for the
Oh
thought
my. Okay. Yeah, what the fuck? Okay, so yeah. Hang on.
Now shit start to connect, huh?
Yeah.
Fucking Krong with the, oh yeah, it's all coming together.
It's all coming together. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Okay. Fields that you can't see?
He heard something like this before. Yeah, a lot.
Twice now, I think.
Yeah.
Or maybe 3 times.
Clover nodded.
Like, think about this.
She pointed at the operating table. On top of it was something mismatched, something, it was, oh my god. On top of it was a somewhat mismatched medical mannequin whose parts had been swapped with another mannequin. There we go.
Yeah.
This is John, right? But is he really John?
All Jubi could think of was she was finally completely lost it. She has finally completely lost it.
Isn't this like Loki's socks?
Do you know that one?
No.
You're about to.
Or the ship of Theseus?
Do you know that one?
No.
You're about to. Jubi grew even more confused. He never heard of either of those things, although they sounded smart. Oh, out of those two, I only know I only knew the ship of Theseus when I first played it.
You don't know? You haven't heard of those paradoxes?
Junpei shook his head. Clover laughed.
Okay, well, pay attention then. This is how Loki's socks works. Let's say I've got a pair of socks. They're my favorite socks. One of them gets a hole in it. What would you do if that was your sock, Junpei?
What would you do?
Probably just. It all depends on where the hole is, but yeah, if that's the case, I might just try and replace them. Oh.
Hmm?
If those are my 2 options, then I'd patch it up. Yeah. Well, I guess I'd patch it up. Get some cloth and close up the hole.
Well, what if another hole opens?
Not another patch, I suppose.
What if another hole opened after that?
Another patch, I guess?
Well, let's say you just keep adding new patches. Until eventually, the original cloth of the sock is totally gone.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get to that point, can you really say that they're the same socks you started with?
And there's the paradox.
No, actually. Yeah. That's tough.
Junpei crossed his arms.
So, that's the Loki socks thing.
Yeah. The ship of Theseus is a lot like it.
The ship of Theseus. If you keep fixing the damaged parts of the ship, eventually it ends up with none of the parts it started with. Can you really say that that ship is the ship of Theseus that you really started with? And there's the paradox. And what if you took all the old parts from the first ship and built another one somewhere else? Then which ship is the real ship of Theseus? The one you repaired, or the one you built with all the original parts? It was an interesting question. Clover could see Junpei was intrigued.
Hey. Do you think it's the same?
What's the same?
These guys. Is this John? Or is it Lucy now?
Yup.
Or is it a resident of Lovetown?
No, yep, that works too. Yeah, no, after they both combine that bullshit, can you really say there's the same person again?
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Junpei look at the operating table again. A mannequin full of body parts from a different body. Clover had been right. It was just like Locke's lock. Loki's lock, and the ship of Theseus. The part of the body that holds a person's identity is the head. Of course, for many hundreds of years, conventional wisdom has held that a man's identity resided in his heart, or any of a number of internal organs. John's head and heart were both his, but apart from that, and a single arm, the rest of his body had once been Lucy's. Was that mannequin really John?
We're just like these mannequins.
She looked at Junpei again.
Think about it.
And here comes a nugget of wisdom that I didn't know.
The cells in our body change every day. Old ones die and new ones are born. Maybe part of my arm is made of stuff from a fish I ate once. Or maybe part of your right side is made from a cow you ate.
How the fuck do you eat a cow? Like, in that context. Because you don't say what kind of beef you ate. You just say, oh yeah, I ate a chunk of a cow.
I'm so hungry I could eat a horse.
Okay.
If you take it a little further, those cows and fishes are made up of something else too, right? That's how we're all connected. They're fields that can't be seen with the naked eye.
The silence was broken by Seven.
Hey! What the hell is taking you two so long?
Seven's head appeared in the doorway. He was not happy.
How long are you gonna make me wait? We don't have time to screw around.
Junpei and Clover looked at each other. Clover looked at Junpei as if to say there was more she wanted to tell him. She shook her head. Whatever she had to tell him, she didn't want to tell him in front of Seven. Seven seemed to catch on.
Oh? What were you two doing?
Stream is a little laggy on my end.
Whoops.
Was this some sort of meeting?
No, it wasn't. We were just playing with the mannequins. Let's go, Junpei.
Moving a little bit too fast to be entirely innocent, Clover headed toward the exit. Seven stared after her and then turned to Junpei with an amused expression.
Playing with the mannequins, huh? Didn't know you were into that kind of thing, Junpei.
You're a dick.
Junpei dashed past him and traced Clover's path out the door. With a short laugh, Seven followed. They stood looking at the door. Junpei took out the Jupiter's key.
Alright, I'm gonna open it now. Is that cool?
You don't need to keep asking. Just do it, alright?
Fine then.
He slid the key into the keyhole and turned it. He felt it unlocked. The door opened with a soft, melancholy creak. Beyond it lay a simple, wide hallway. There was no fanfare or confetti. Obviously, there was no one there to applaud them. They simply walked through the door. That was it.
Alright, let's get going.
Hey man, what's up with you? You're so serious, you know? Can't you sound more happy? You know, get a little excited.
Not really.
Junpei turned away from Seven and took his first step down the simple, wide hallway. My brother might be dead. I'm going to be next. Clever had told him only a few minutes before that her brother was probably dead, and she was likely to follow him. How could he pretend to be happy after hearing something like that? You found it. Yeah, good job. Good job on the puzzles.
Yippee.
They left the operating room. The hallway took them around several corners and past several doors, but they were all locked. Until, at last, the final door was hidden in a corner of the hallway. Junpei grabbed the handle. As he made to push it open, a voice stopped him. The voice came from behind him, and belonged to neither Seven nor Clover. Jumpy! He spun around.
Finally! A break.
Yeah, he saw someone running toward them from the other end of the hallway. There were three people coming toward Junpei and his companions. Santa, Lotus, and Jun. They pulled up short in front of Junpei, breathing hard. Whoa! What the hell is this?
What are you doing here?
What? But we didn't...
Before he could finish, Clover spoke.
Hey, guys, could you come take a look at this?
She was standing near the end of a small hallway that branched off to the right. The rest of them ran over to her, curious as to what she found. There was something on the wall at the end of the hallway.
A map of the ship's interior.
It said sea deck in the upper left corner. It was, they assume, a map of the floor they were on. The door 7 and door 8. The map confirmed that what they already knew. Both doors eventually led to the hallway where they had found themselves. In fact...
Yeah. Isn't that what I said? We aren't going to be split up permanently till we find door 9. We might get separated for a little while, but we'll see each other again. Otherwise, we won't be able to open door 9. That's how the nonary game works.
Junpei looked at the map of the ship's interior again. As he looked more closely, his surprise and excitement gave way to wariness. One by one, the others saw what he'd seen. They moved as one for the door. He pulled the map of the ship's interior off the wall, put it in his pocket, and followed the others. The 6 of them stood in front of the door, arrayed in a semicircle. Santa stepped forward. He took hold of the door and spoke without looking back at the other 5. Ready? I'm gonna open it. Slowly, all 5 nodded their silent assent. With a deep breath, Santa threw open the door. They poured through the doorway and into the room. Even without looking around, each one of them knew where they were. They were just where the maps had said they would be. The same room they'd been in not so very long ago. The tremendous central hospital room with empty beds from wall to wall. I see. I believe I understand what you're saying. The 6 of you split into 2 teams and went through doors 7 and 8. You solved the puzzles in the operating room and the laboratory, and then met one another in the hallway after opening your respective locked doors. He looked like anyone might after only just waking up, but it seemed that his brain was working as well as ever. He had managed to grasp, summarize, and understand each team's report. At any rate, I feel a bit silly for my little show of altruism. I'm sure you'll be back for me. I did hope you would come back, but I confess I didn't think you'd be back so soon. Ace shook his head with a rueful smile.
Well, we saw each other again, and we ain't dead, so I say that's good enough.
7 smiled.
Anyway, I say we get out of this creepy old place. We found the key we need.
The key?
Ain't that what I said? I'm talking about the Jupiter key. We found it in the operating room. Right, Junpei?
Junpei nodded.
Ah, the solar system keys. Actually, we found one in the laboratory too. Here, the Earth key.
Lotus took out a steel worm key with an Earth symbol on it.
I might lose it. It's probably better if you hold on to it. That way it won't be my fault. If it gets lost.
And with that, she presented it into Junpei's hand. He felt slightly less than honored. As a group, they now had 3 keys that had not been used. The Jupiter key, which had been found in the operating room. The Saturn key card, which had been found in the kitchen. The Earth key, which Lotus had just handed to Junpei. Junpei took the new keys into his pocket. June spoke up. The Jupiter key is supposed to be for the door at the end of that long straight hallway, right?
Yeah. If the map's right, then it connects to the central staircase. Next to the stairs.
Wait!
They were the first words anyone had heard out of Clover in quite some time. Her face suggested they weren't going to be very happy words.
What about door 3?
Look, you saw the map, right? It's the same as 7 and 8. It just lead back to the big hospital. There's no point seeing what's on the other end of that door.
Wait a minute, but no, Clover's onto something because we could be missing a key in there.
Fair, yeah.
There is a point! At least there is for me.
There were tears in her eyes, but she glared at 7 as hard as she could, just the same. She looked very much like a frightened puppy. There wasn't a man alive who could have resisted those eyes. 7 looked everywhere in the room except at Clover and muttered and coughed apologies under his breath.
Yeah, You're right. I'm sorry. Snake might be on the other side of door 3.
Clover nodded once. The next person to speak was Ace. Very well. I'll be coming with you then. I had a nice long rest. I think it's time I was up and about again. So, Seven, you'll help me, won't you?
Huh? Me?
Junpei did the calculations quickly in his head. 4 plus 1 plus 7 equals 12. 1 plus 2 equals 3. It looked like 7 was doing them too. At least he gave up. At last he gave up.
Damn. Well, I guess that's how it's gotta be. So I'm going with you, huh?
Yes, you are.
Alright, let's get moving.
And so it was decided that Clover, Ace, and 7 would discover what lay beyond door 3.
Okay, we're heading out.
Be careful.
Whoa, didn't think you'd be hearing that from you, Lotus.
Don't let it go to your head. I'd be in trouble if the three of you brought it.
Bought it.
The rest bought it. The rest of us can't open not the 9 door.
The truth comes out.
7 nodded as if the answer made much more sense and pulled the lever on the red. Okay, let's go. The door opened, and Ace, Clover, and 7 jumped through it. 6, 8, 6, 7, 8. After exactly 9 seconds, the door closed noisily.
Alright, we should get moving too.
Huh?
Get moving? Where are we going? Everyone except Lotus seemed rather confused.
Well, it would be a waste of time to just sit around, wouldn't it? Let me explain.
I get it. We're gonna see if we can get anywhere interesting with the Jupiter key.
Yes. If we're lucky, we might find Snake.
You know what? For the first time ever, she's making a little bit more sensible sense.
Yeah, she's slightly redeeming herself.
They were at the end of the hallway, lined by individuals to hospital rooms. The Jupiter symbol was engraved on the keyhole.
Alright, Junpei. Open it, if you please.
Yeah, on it.
Junpei pulled the Jupiter key out of his pocket and slid it into the keyhole. He twisted it. With a nice sharp click, he felt the door unlock.
Alright, ready, guys?
Junpei's companions nodded. He nodded back and then slowly and quietly opened the door. Inside was exactly what he expected to see from the map of the ship's interior. They were in a tremendous hallway, almost like a ballroom with a massive central staircase. Great! Back to the beginning. You sure this is a good idea?
What do you mean?
Well, we already searched every inch of this room, didn't we? I'm asking you if there's any reason we came back here.
There is a reason. There's still other numbered doors we haven't seen in this area. Of course there's a reason. Man, sometimes I can't tell if you're smart or just lucky.
Ah,
This.
Junpei pulled 2 things out of his pocket. The Saturn keycard and the Earth key. Santa cocked his head to one side like an inquisitive bird and looked at them. After several long moments, during which it became apparent that Santa had no idea what the cards meant, June took pity on him. Don't you remember, Santa? On C-Deck, we are where we are now. There was a big elevator behind the stairs, remember? And next to the elevator, there was a card reader with the Saturn symbol on it. And on A-Deck, on the door to the left, There was a keyhole with the Earth symbol on it, I think. So, the two keys that Jumpy has should let us see the elevator and the door on A deck. Huh. Yes, that's right. June smiled, pleased with herself. So did Santa. Alright, I got it. Let's get started then. Yep. Hey, at the very least he accepts when he's wrong.
Yeah, also, I am lagging a shit ton.
Ay. What do you say we split into two teams? Lotus and I will search the Earth, one. So you two can search Saturn, alright?
Sounds good.
Junpei handed the Earth key to Santa. They decided that their initial search should be brief, only 10 minutes. They'd meet back near the staircase once they were done. Junpei and June headed for the elevators. Sure enough, there was a card reader bolted to the wall next to the left elevator. He lined up the Saturn keycard and swiped it through the reader. A light on the upper left of the corner blinked to life.
Great. Looks like it's working now.
Alright, now how do I call the elevator? Okay, recording's still good. There was a single button to the right of the elevator. On the bottom was the upside down triangle, the universal symbol for down. There didn't appear to be an up button. Junpei pushed it. He didn't give it much. He didn't have much of a choice. It opened. Look, Jumpy. June's voice was excited, but Junpei couldn't hear a tinge of anxiety. Could hear a tinge of anxiety.
Sweet, it opened. Let's get going.
He grinned at June and stepped toward the open door. As he was about to set foot in it, he felt a hand on his arm. Wait.
What?
I'm not really. I just. Oh gosh. Junpei was at a loss. Was something of a loss. What could she possibly be so frightened of? She was probably afraid of.
Pick the first one. It'd be funny.
You picked the right choice, my dude. After a little thought, Junpei decided that she had to be nervous about being locked up in such a small space alone with a boy. In a way, it was kinda cute. Very demure, you could say, he thought. Still, even though it wasn't exactly roomy in the elevator, they weren't going to be pressed up against one another. At least, they didn't have to be. Still, it was making her nervous. Junpei couldn't help but think how innocent she was.
For the shower comment in like 2 episodes ago? Come on, let's go.
Again, he stepped toward the elevator. And again, he felt himself restrained. I said, wait a minute.
Why?
Aren't you afraid, Jumpy?
Afraid of what?
Well, I never... you know. She never been in an elevator with a man alone before? Even so, she still seemed awfully alarmed. I might get wet.
Oh my god.
Oh, here we go. What? Down there, I'd get soaking wet.
Oh my god.
Roll it.
Well, I mean, of course you would. That's the way it works. I mean, I've never heard of anyone getting soaking wet somewhere else.
That's true. You don't mind? getting wet. Who the fuck is calling me this hour? Scammer. Goodbye.
My god, this fucking episode. Well, we found the intro clip for the next episode.
Yup.
Well, I don't know. I think I'd probably, like it. You're not making it any better!
Gosh, Jumpy, you're so brave.
Really? I mean, I kind of think any guy would do the same thing, What happens, happens, right? If you get the chance, you just gotta go for it. That's what a man's supposed to do, I guess.
You're so cool, Jumpy. I really admire you.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Ah! I don't have a flustered expression, but if I did, I would be using it. That doesn't really seem like the sort of thing you ought to admire someone for.
I'm really scared.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, you've never done it before.
Yes. So I don't think I'll be able to last very long, and then it'll be over.
Over?
Yes. I'll go to heaven.
They're trying their hardest to hide it, but it's so obvious it's there. I'm talking about the developers here.
Yeah,
They're making it so obvious, but they're still hiding it.
Yeah.
Heaven?
It feels kind of like you're floating in space, and your mind gets all fuzzy, like when you passed out. At least, that's what I've heard from people who experienced it.
Yes. I've heard that too. Although I don't think the same thing happens to guys.
What?
Huh?
But it would happen to men too, wouldn't it? It would happen to anyone. Once it gets into your body, the same thing happens to everyone.
Well, I mean, usually it doesn't go inside the man. I mean, generally.
Yes, it does. Well, eventually it will. It's not like you really have a choice. Your body will force you to swallow some of it eventually.
What are you trying to do to me?
Nothing. I'm not going to do anything to you. I'm just saying that's what happens. It's a psychological reaction to what you're experiencing. Was that really how it happened? It occurred to Junpei that perhaps that was how it worked. Perhaps he had been mistaken all these years. Had he misunderstood life so gravely? The thought terrified him. Jun seemed to be entirely oblivious to Junpei's mounting confusion and terror. I know most men probably have larger lungs, but even then, I don't think you could hold your breath for 20 or even 10 minutes. Eventually, you have to breathe and then the water will get into your lungs. Once that happens, your body won't be able to get oxygen anymore, and you'll start to feel that floaty feeling as you pass out. Finally, Junpei understood. He understood what Jun was trying to say, and why she was so scared.
Yeah, you're right. You wouldn't last very long.
In the fucking voice in the remastered version, Junpei was laughing his fucking ass off while he was saying this too.
How long have we been going for?
An hour and 38 minutes.
I already want to fucking end it after that.
She was afraid that the only elevator button pointed down. That meant, of course, that the elevator couldn't go any higher than the floor they were on. As he thought about it, Junpei realized he hadn't seen any elevators on the A or B decks near the central staircase. All of it, which meant that the elevator could only convey them to the lower decks. And the floor below the one they were on, D deck, should be completely submerged. That meant...
Hey, wait a minute. This elevator came up from somewhere under us, right?
Well, yes, I guess it did. It didn't open right away after you pressed the button. There was a motor noise like it was moving, and then it opened.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So take a look inside.
Junpei jerked his head towards the interior of the elevator.
It's not wet at all, is it? The walls and even the floor are totally dry.
Oh, you're right, they are. She looked around the elevator, slightly embarrassed.
Well, let's test it.
Test it?
Yeah, watch this.
Junpei put one foot in the elevator and bent around the corner of the door until he could see the floor buttons. There were only two, E and C. He pushed the E button and jumped out of the elevator. The door slid shut and they heard the grinding of the motor as the elevator car moved down. A few moments later, they heard the sound of the elevator door grinding open several floors below. Junpei nodded to Jun and pressed the elevator button again. A few moments later, the elevator returned.
I would have laughed if Snake was just in there.
Ta-da! The door slid open, and just as Junpei had expected, there was no water to be found.
See?
Junpei couldn't resist puffing out his chest, just a little bit. Jun, however, still looked confused. What does that mean? How can the E deck be safe if the D deck is full of water?
Well, here's what I think. The elevator shaft in E deck must be watertight and separated from whatever the ship's been punctured. Here, let me show you.
He pulled out his notebook and pen and stretched out a rough illustration. Oh yeah, that's very rough, buddy. I see.
See?
So so is that why the ship hasn't sunk? The shape of the inside keeps it from all filling with water.
Yeah, I think that's what's going on.
Junpei continued talking as he closed the notebook and slipped it back into his pocket.
So I'm gonna go down and check it out. You stay here, alright?
But...
Come on, just do it, alright?
He gave Jun's shoulder a reassuring squeeze, then hopping onto the elevator. He pushed the E button and the door began to close. Jun looked worried, her eyes darting back and forth as if she was trying to make a decision, when suddenly... I'm coming with you.
Huh?
At the last possible moment, Jun dashed forward, turning it sideways just in time to slip through the gap between the closing doors. Junpei jammed his fingers against the open button, but it was too late. The door had shut, he and Jun were in the elevator, and he was headed down to E deck. He was so surprised by Jun that he didn't even have the time to think about what awaited him on the E deck. The elevator stopped and the door slid open. They stepped off onto the floor outside the elevator. Nothing seemed especially unusual. No fish going about their fishy business, or a jellyfish floating lazily through the water. There was, however, a blowfish. Or at least something that looked very much like one. Jun's cheeks were puffed out and her mouth tiny. she was trying to hold her breath.
Oh, knock it off. It's just like I thought. This part hasn't flooded. Come on, just look around. There's no water here.
June looked around nervously then. Exhaled. You're right. It's not flooded at all.
See?
But there's a whole lot of water.
Yeah, right on top of us.
What's going to happen if the ceiling breaks? Junpei thought about that for a moment.
Well, we'd probably get really wet. There.
And there's the punchline. Oh, you motherfuckers. By the way, he would never say this if you didn't choose that option, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he says something along the lines of, we will probably crush death. Huh?
Anyway, we should probably go back as soon as we can. Once we're done looking around down here. Lotus and Santa might already be back.
Okay, yeah, good idea. Yeah, especially after you spend like a solid 5 minutes talking about getting wet. Junpei glanced around the room they found themselves in. The first thing he noticed was a set of thick iron bars. They ran the length of the room, separating the left elevator from the right one.
Well, we can't go over there.
Right. Then perhaps... in the corner of the room that housed the elevators, Junpei found an opening. He walked up to it and stuck his head around the corner. A long, straight hallway stretched out in front of him. That door at the end of the hallway, there's something written on it.
Yeah, let's go have a look. It says 6, dumbass!
Junpei and Jun set off down the hallway at a brisk clip, somewhere between a run and a jog. Before long, they found themselves in front of the door. On it was another writing in bright red paint. 6.
I knew it.
This is a numbered door! And indeed, there was a red bolted to the wall right next to the door. Of course, with only 2 people, there wasn't much they could do with it.
Alright, let's head back.
Yes! Junpei and Jun turned and headed back to C deck. On their way back, Junpei noticed a map on the wall. As it turned out, it was a burned map of the ship's interior for E deck.
Huh. So you guys found door 1.
They met back up with Santa and Lotus, who had explained what they found. Apparently, there was another numbered door on A deck, just like the one on E deck, beyond the door that the Earth key opened. According to Santa and Lotus, there was a 1 on the door. All told, they had discovered 2 new doors, the 6th door and the 1 door.
This is interesting that E deck wasn't flooded. It is interesting that E deck wasn't flooded.
Lotus was quiet for a moment, lost in thought.
Well, we don't really know if all of E deck is safe. We only checked the area around the elevator. Even so, it's still very interesting.
You said the 6th door was there, right? Yes. Then that means Zero plan all this out, even the sinking. That would have meant some pretty serious remodeling of the ship's interior.
It's pretty mind-blowing if you think about it.
Yeah. I wonder how long it took. I can't even imagine how it must have cost. It would have been a ton, that's for sure.
Well, that does go along with what Ace was saying. The most reasonable explanation would be that this was done by some organization with access to a whole lot of cash. Yes, it does make sense.
That thought made them all go quiet for a moment. June bit her lip while Lotus sighed softly to herself, and Santa cracked a stiff neck and stared off into the distance at nothing. I don't think it's a very good idea to stay here. June looked up at Junpei with large bleeding eyes.
Yeah, you're right. Ace and his team might be back already. Well, Junpei and I should be able to open door 1.
Huh? You guys leaving me behind?
Just kidding. Alright, let's go.
Those words were all the impetus they needed. Back to the large hospital room they went. The moment they stepped inside, a tremendous voice echoed across the room.
Hey! Where the hell
Oh,
did you guys go?
Oh, yeah, there you go. You got out for a moment.
Yeah, where the hell did you guys go?
He was 7. Ace was right behind him, and Clover was behind Ace, although she seemed to be hanging back. It looked as though there was something strange about them. 7 had the look of a man who'd seen a ghost. Ace was just as pale, and Clover looked as though she was only moments from passing out entirely. For a long moment, they simply stood there, looking at one another. Junpei looked around nervously, waiting for someone else to speak. No one did. He looked at 7.
What happened? What the hell kind of question is that?
7 was trying very hard to be angry, but something had shaken him hard. His shoulders were trembling, and his voice was strained.
Snake is...
7 couldn't finish. He just looked away, his face twisted by... Junpei wasn't sure what. Instead, Ace spoke. He took a deep breath, closed his eyes, and spoke. Snake is... dead. He died, just as the Night Man did. It was as if all the air had suddenly been sucked out of the room. Junpei felt his heartbeat quicken, and he realized he was having trouble breathing. He could feel cold sweat beating on his forehead and neck. June, Santa, and Lotus looked the way he felt. All 3 were frozen in place, their faces white. Oh my god, that's not true, is it?
We should make sure.
Yeah, right, we should. Oh wait, well, fuck, no, that's... Sorry.
Yeah, right. We should.
They nodded to one another and headed for the number 3 door.
Wait, not that way.
They stopped short and turned to look at 7. He was pointing at the door with no number.
I stuck a screwdriver in there to keep the door from closing all the way. It's not locked, so you can go in that way.
Where is he?
The shower room on the left side of the hallway. I put a broom in there too, to keep the door open.
We can get in without going through the number door, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Their new destination clear, Junpei and his companions headed for the door with no number. Once in the hallway, it was easy to spot the metal door on the left wall. It hadn't been open when they'd been through before. But now, just as 7 had said, there was a broom stuck between the door and the frame, keeping it open. They looked at it for a moment, then stepped inside.
Ugh, it smells horrible.
Lotus wrinkled her nose and covered her mouth in disgust. Even Santa pitched his nose shut. Yep, this is pretty awful. I feel like I'm gonna puke. It was just as bad as they said, perhaps worse. A hideous smell filled the air, so thick they could almost taste it. It was sour and smelled of fish, feces, and burned meat. It worked its way through Junpei's nose and down his throat, to pound against the entrance to his stomach. He put his hands over his mouth and struggled to keep what little was in his stomach where it belonged. They didn't have to wonder where the body was. There was blood everywhere. A few arms a few arms of the splatter reaching towards them as they walk in through the door. All one had to do was follow the many radial arms to their source. The body itself was hiding behind the divider.
June, you should stay here.
But
Please, just do me a favor, okay? Alright?
he didn't give her a chance to say no. He put his hands on her shoulder, as if to shove her into the ground like a tent pole, turned and walked toward the end of the divider. It felt like it took an eternity for him to get there. Santa and Lotus followed, timid and nervous as a pair of children. Eventually, they reached the divider. They looked at one another and nodded slowly. Junpei put his hands on the divider and peered around the corner. For a moment, he forgot to breathe. He felt his heart collapse in his chest like an empty cigarette carton, and time froze. He knew that in that instant that he would take the image before him to the grave. What was left of the body sat in a sea of blood. Chunks of flesh torn from the body sat in the blood like tiny islands in a great red sea. A vast ragged hole had been torn in the torso, and what remained of his intestines spilled out of it like a fresh spaghetti. Smaller chunks of meat had splattered against the wall and became stuck there as they dried. Globules of yellowish fat had left trails like tiny slugs as gravity pulled them down the wall, even as they dried to it. Just like I said. Santa's voice was strained. Junpei suspected he was holding down some vomit of his own. Just like the Nightman. The detonator on his bracelet set off the bomb in his gut. It looked as though the explosion had been quite powerful. His legs were both bent in an odd, unnatural way, and his left arm had split open, exposing the painfully white bone of his ulna. His bracelet lay next to him. It seemed to have hit the wall hard enough to have shattered the display, which lay on the ground in pieces. Half of his head had simply collapsed. The blood coating almost made it look like raw pizza dough covered in tomato sauce. His clothes, too, were covered in blood. His burgundy tie, the white shirt, the jacket with the yellow pimping, and the grey slacks. They were all familiar to Junpei.
No mistakes about that. It's Snake.
Lotus' voice was unnaturally deep and strained, and Junpei heard it catching her throat. Yeah, so remember how you were saying that if Snake would have gone into either of these doors, he would have exploded like the Nightman? You were right.
Oh, God.
Yeah, when you said that shit, I was like, oh wow, you have no idea how right you are. Whew, okay, the squeal of torture metal made Junpei's teeth curl. It sounded like the noise a ghost would make. No matter how many times he heard it, he never got used to it. Every time it put him on an edge. It didn't help that there was a girl nearby who looked far more like a ghost than a living human should. It was Clover. She sat on the edge of the bed, her head drooping listlessly onto her chest. Her eyes were blank and stared across the room at nothing. Her breathing was slow and mechanical. Aside from the rise and fall of her chest, she didn't move. Junpei felt as if even a notch might cause her to shatter into 1,000 pieces.
Snake was probably murdered. Chances are he was killed the same way the Ninth Man was.
Seven lowered his voice, likely in an effort to keep Clover from hearing what he had to say. There were 4 people in the room with Junpei and Seven. Ace, Santa, June, and Lotus. Seven looked at each other, and each one of them in turn, and continued.
It's pretty straightforward. Not that hard to figure out how they did it. First, killers got Snake to authenticate the red to open door 3. Then they shoved him into it alone. and waited 9 seconds for the door to shut. Once that door shut, it was over for Snake. But he didn't give up. He probably knew it wouldn't do him any good, but he probably ran into the shower room looking for the dead. It was a small chance, but it wasn't like he had anything to lose. Unfortunately, it didn't work. The net is only deactivated if everyone who authenticated when they went in uses the dead. And then 81 seconds after he was shoved in, it happened.
I see. So that's what you meant by killers, huh? You need at least 3 people to open one of the numbered doors, including Snake. It wouldn't open for Snake and a single killer.
Exactly. That means we're looking for multiple perps here.
Junpei crossed his arms and grunted.
Well, just in case, I want to make sure. Let's say you're right. When do you think Snake was killed?
When we all split up to look for the parts for the Reds, I think. Right after that was when we noticed he was gone.
Then that means none of us have alibis. We were all off searching the rooms. We'd been assigned looking for those parts.
Yeah. That means anybody could be a killer.
Mm-hmm. Wait a minute. What are you talking about? You seem shocked. How can you say one of us is a killer so casually?
Well, not just one of us. If I'm right, then at least 2 of us are murderers.
Why don't you calm down a bit, Seven? What are you going to gain by being so suspicious? That's what Zero wants, you know?
What Zero wants?
Exactly. This game was set up by Zero, wasn't it? Any game has a winner and a loser. Whoever makes it through door 9 is a winner, and those who don't are the losers. Zero's trying to make us fight against one another for that victory.
Then you're saying that Zero is trying to split us up by making us fight each other?
Yes. That is why we can't let ourselves fall prey to suspicion. We have to trust one another and form a strong bond of friendship. Otherwise, we'll end up snared by Zero's manipulations.
Then, does that mean that the person who killed Snake?
Yes, almost certainly Zero himself. If there's anyone we should doubt, it should be Zero. He masterminded this game and kidnapped all of us. Doesn't it seem reasonable that he would have killed Snake as well?
Junpei hadn't really considered that. If Zero had killed Snake, then Zero was on the ship with them. Was Zero still on the ship with them?
I mean, they're talking through the intercom, right? Usually that shit is in the captain's room. I think, yeah, they are on the ship.
Of course he was. That was obvious. Zero was somewhere on the ship, but Junpei had no idea where. Junpei mumbled to himself, lost in thought.
Where could Zero be hiding?
Suddenly, everyone went very quiet. The silence was cold and clammy, and Junpei could feel it crawling across his back and around his throat. Again, he heard the ghosting moaning noise. Moments later, a person who looked more ghost than human appeared. It was Clover. She looked at the floor as she spoke, and her voice was a cold monotone.
I think Zero is one of us.
We have an imposter among us.
Yep, get that one on your thought cloud. Zero's one of us. Every human body in the room froze. Every human body in the room froze. The only sound was the muffled rustling of breath. Eyes darted from face to face. One of those faces was the face of their jailer. But who? Junpei said.
It is definitely within the realm of possibility. Well, that's possible.
Huh?
Like Clover said, Zero might be one of us.
What are you saying, Jumpy? Didn't you hear what I said?
Exactly. I said we shouldn't suspect one another for no reason.
No reason? I've got a great reason.
And what's that?
The bracelets.
He held out his left arm.
Why are the bombs in our bodies connected to the bracelets? You're all thinking Zero's hiding somewhere and watching us, right? If he's doing that, then he could just detonate the bombs by remote control if someone did something they weren't supposed to. It would be a lot more precise and a lot easier. But if that's the case, then why is the bomb set off by the detonator in the bracelet?
Huh, you got a point.
I'm not done. Try applying the same ideas to the nonary game. All the puzzles here all run by themselves. In other words, Zero doesn't have to be controlling them for the game to move forward. Why is that? Why would Zero bother to do something like that?
Jumpy let the question hang in the air and look at the others. It was Santa who answered. So let's say you and Clover are right. Zero's one of us. If that's the case, then it'd be really hard for him to keep track of all of us, or control anything remotely. That's why all the bosses run by themselves. That's what you're getting at, right?
Yeah.
Junpei nodded.
Seven, when we were talking earlier, you said any one of us could be Snake's killer, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Alright then, I've got a question for you, Ace. You said something like, Zero must be the one who killed Snake, right?
Yes, something like that. I can't think of any other explanation.
So what do we get if we combine those? They fit together pretty well, I think. Something like this. Whoever killed Snake equals Zero equals one of us. Seven and Ace's theories aren't manually exclusive.
Mutually.
Mutually exclusive. Sorry. They actually complement each other pretty well. At least they do if Zero is one of us.
No one spoke. Their faces were grim, but Junpei wasn't sure if they believed him or not. Finally, Lotus spoke up.
What were his motives? His motives? Yes. Isn't that pretty important? Why would Zero want to hide as one of us? Oh. Well, that's because,
Junpei choked. He hadn't thought of that, and he had to be honest with himself. He had no idea.
I don't know.
Lotus sighed.
Well, so much for making a persuasive argument, Junpei.
In other words, you had only circumstantial evidence.
I don't really think that's enough to go on, you know.
Junpei was painfully aware that of their eyes on him and their disapproval. He tried to find something else, anything else, to look at. Just when he felt he could bear it no longer, they heard a bell begin to ring. It was the clock at the central staircase. 3 in the morning.
That means we have 3 hours left.
Then we need to move now. 7, Clover, Junpei. I know how you feel, but you do understand that right now it's important we trust one another, don't you?
Junpei couldn't bring himself to respond. He swallowed the words he wanted to say and sighed. 7 and Clover remained similarly silent. Their eyes were looking at something somewhere else, very far away.
We must go. We have very little time left.
His words put their feet moving. They all knew they were where they were going. Their next destination was Mercury. It sat bolted to the wall near the stairs that led to the casino and the kitchen between the 2 elevators. The Mercury card reader. Junpei stood in front of it with the Mercury keycard. 7 had given him the card.
I found it when we were checking out the shower room.
At least that's what he said. Junpei slid the card through the reader. The light on the reader turned green and made a tiny electronic noise. Now they were ready. Junpei and June had been chosen as the investigators, the reasoning being that they had been to the E-deck before, and no one else had. As before, Junpei sent the elevator ahead to make sure the floor they were heading to wasn't flooded. As before, the elevator returned as dry as when it had left. Once it had been checked for water, Junpei and June stepped into the elevator. There were only two floor buttons they could push. The C and bottom buttons. The rest were destroyed or did nothing when pushed. Junpei hit the bottom button. The door closed. Slowly, they began to move downward. Sometime later, Junpei and June stepped off the elevator and onto the bottom deck. They stepped off and saw that the hallway to the right ended somewhere between 20 and 25 feet from them. The hallway in front of them was a dead end, but not a regular dead end. This is a numbered door.
This is the 8th one we found.
There were 2 numbered doors on B deck and near the central staircase. There were doors 4 and 5. There were 3 more numbered doors in the large hospital room. Doors 3, 7, and 8. Junpei and June had found another door in E deck, and Lotus and Santa had found a 7 on A deck. There was a 6 on the door on E deck, and a 1 on the door on A deck. 4, 5, 3, 7, 8, 6, 1. And now door 2 stood in front of Junpei. There was only one thing it meant. Do you think the next door we find?
Yeah, I think so. The next one's gonna be door 9.
Despite himself, Junpei felt excited. There was something about that excitement that frightened him as well. He did his best to put it in front of his mind and headed back to C-Deck with June.
Okay, let's open these up.
The pieces of paper they folded up lay on the ground next to Junpei's legs. There were 7 of them, all told. They were written on paper pulled from Junpei's notebook, and each one bore a code name and a door. Why had they decided to vote that way? They decided it wasn't fair to simply ask everyone at once. That will allow people to force others to go through certain doors. Well, that wasn't the only reason. Junpei had proposed the voting system, and he had a plan. It wasn't a plan he wanted anyone catching wind of, however, so he did his best to act calm as he began to open and read the pieces of paper. The first one read,
Ace requests door 1.
Yes, I do. Would you like me to explain why?
No, we don't have the time for that, sorry. Let's keep going.
He opened the second one.
Next is Santa. He wants door 6.
Yeah, that's what I wrote. Junpei continued with the third, fourth, and fifth pieces of paper.
Clover wants 1, Lotus wants 2, and 7 also wants 2.
Eh? Wait a minute. There's no way I'm going anywhere with the Elephant Man.
No. There'd be no point voting if we just let people change their choices because of stuff like that.
But
Just give it up, Lotus. It's not like I want to hang out with some exhibitionist grandma.
I'm not an exhibitionist. I'm wearing clothes.
Barely.
So, last I checked, that's not a crime.
Maybe, but what about common decency? Nobody wants to have to look at a chick who looks like a half-naked raisin.
Oh my god! That was brutal!
No fucking mercy.
I'm going to kill you.
Oh, that was brutal.
Oh no.
Oh no. Lotus' hair flared out like the mane of an angry lion as she roared with a voice that shook the walls. With some difficulty, Ace managed to restrain her. Junpei! Read the rest!
Right. Look at his eyes,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Junpei tore his eyes away and looked down at the sixth piece of paper. He opened it.
June wants door 6.
Yes, I don't really have a reason. I just felt like it. All of the papers save Junpei's. All of the papers save Junpei's had been read. He did some quick calculations in his head. People who requested door 1 equals Ace and Clover. This was the door on A deck near the central staircase. People who requested door 2 equals 7 and Lotus. This was the door on the bottom deck, and it could be reached by taking the elevator to the bottom of the ship. People who requested door 6 equals Santa and June. This was the door on E deck, and could be reached by taking the elevator near the central staircase down. It took him less than a second to run the numbers. He opened the 7th piece of paper and spoke.
Okay, the last one is mine. I want to go through. Ooh, okay.
Yep.
I mean, I think either way I'm voicing someone, excluding Junpei, obviously, because I voiced Junpei.
Yep.
Either way, I'm voicing someone. So it's either I voice 7, I voice Clover, or I voice Lotus.
Yep.
Oh.
And but don't worry, just like the previous episode, we'll end it just as once we get through the door.
Yeah, okay. Who do I want to voice next episode?
Decisions.
I mean, we don't really get much Ace screen time. So which one did Ace want?
Door 1.
I think it was door. Yeah, I want to go with Ace and Clover.
All right.
My choice is door 1.
Santa was unconvinced. Hey, wait a minute there. You cheating?
Cheating?
I'm asking if you changed your number after you heard what doors we wanted.
How could I do that? I wrote it down on the paper earlier.
Let me see that. Junpei shrugged and handed it to him. Santa examined it furiously. The others peered at it as well. As they did, Junpei quickly slipped the piece of paper he'd been hiding into his pocket. Although he never know it now, Santa had been justified in his suspicions. Junpei had switched papers.
Oh my god.
He had prepared 3 pieces of paper for doors 1, 2, and 6, and put the paper with door 6 on it into the pot. He put a small mark on it so that he would know which one was his. He put the paper that said door 1 in his left hand and the paper that read door 2 in his right. When the drawing began, he saw to it that he drew last. The rest was easy. If he wanted to go into door 1, he'd use his left hand, and his right hand if he wanted door 2. Of course, if he wanted door 6, that would be simple. All he needed to do was switch nothing and say 6 had been what he wanted all along.
My god.
That is a very clever plan.
Yeah. Well, what does it say?
He fought the urge to smirk. Huh, you got lucky. If only you knew. Santa snorted and tossed the paper aside, frustrated. Very well, we decided who will go through door 1. It will be Clover and Jumpy and myself. 1 plus 4 plus 5 equals 10, da 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 da. Our only problem is the two remaining teams. June and I went door 6.
Lotus and I want door 2.
That's not good. We can't open either of those doors with only 2 people.
Fine. 7. We'll go through door 6.
Huh, yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Sure thing. I didn't really want to go through door 2 anyway. Besides, if we've got a younger girl with us, it'll lower the average age.
Damn!
Damn!
Right, June.
Well, June was at a loss for words. Lotus was not.
That pig. You just wait and see.
Her eyes were the eyes of a woman prepared to kill. A shiver ran down Junpei's spine. Even after they separated at the staircase, Lotus was still muttering angrily to herself. Circumstances dictated that Junpei and June would have to part ways again, but this time it didn't sting quite so much. After all, he knew he would see her again.
Till we find that 9 door, 0 ain't gonna split us up. We might get separated for a little while, but we'll see each other again. Otherwise, we can't open door 9. That's how the nonary game works.
Junpei, Ace, and Clover headed towards a deck. They took out the earth key and opened the door to the left. It opened and they walked through. It was just as Santa and Lotus had said. At the end of the hallway sat a door with a large red 1 upon it. A numbered door. To the left of it, bolted to the wall, was the red. Ace went first and weaved his wrist over the scanner panel. Junpei was next. Finally, lifelessly, Clover lifted her arm. She leaned toward the scanner panel. The third asterisk clicked to life, shining brightly. Ace took hold of the lever. He took a deep breath and turned to Junpei and Clover. Are you ready? Shall I pull it?
Yeah, anytime.
Clover said nothing. She nodded, little more than a lethargic twitch of the head. Yeah, I don't think Clover's gonna speak much.
No.
Very well, let's go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, sorry. 3, 2, 1. Please, exclamation mark. This door opened. The door opened. They stumble into the room. Frantically, Junpei scanned the room. His eyes stopped on the device that would have determined whether they lived or died.
There it is. Over here.
Next to the door they come through was the dead. As one, they ran to it. They put their hands over it as if they were fighting for it.
It stopped.
Yes, it did.
Junpei could feel his heart pounding against his inside of his ribs. Ace and Clover were breathing hard and fast. It was the third time they'd been through the process, but they had yet to grow accustomed to it. Not that Junpei wanted to. He planned to finish the game before he got a chance to let imminent death become a commonplace. Junpei looked around again, this time more slowly. There was another door, different from the one they've entered through. He took a hold of the knob easily, gently pulled it open. Now what's beyond this door, we'll find out in the next episode! Okay, well, you know how this goes. Oh yeah, actually, first things first, let me check how's the recording. Okay, nothing has been broken. Hallelujah!
Finally!
Yeah, okay.
Thank fuck.
Yeah, okay, so, well, your thoughts so far?
My brain has been short-circuiting this entire episode. Like, Snake is fucking dead? And why was I right about that?
Oh, when I heard you saying that shit, I was like, oh, I better keep my mouth fucking shut.
I wasn't expecting to be right about that. I was just spitballing. My God. Okay. Yeah. I guess part of the reason why he was probably targeted, imagine it has to be Zero, because given the fact that Clover and Snake are siblings, first of all, this has been stated.
Yep.
Snake was obviously, he was given the information at the start, but Clover is connected to the ship somehow 9 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Which them being siblings means that Snake could also be connected to the ship and could also know the identity of Zero.
Right.
I'm guessing Snake might have known too much and got jumped for it.
Yeah, you might be right about that one. It sounded pretty sane.
Yeah. Seems like a logical answer.
But yeah. And thought on characters so far.
Still not a big fan of Lotus, but she's starting to redeem herself. 7 is just further solidifying like my fucking admiration for him.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Junpei and June. They're fucking hopeless at this point.
Yeah, yeah, they are. They definitely are.
I'm glad we're getting more Ace screen time.
Mm-hmm.
Because Ace is one of the few characters who seem the most normal out of this fucking group.
Right.
Clover, I just feel overall bad for, honestly.
Yeah.
Because, like, she's like, throughout this episode, she was like, Junpei was finally getting her to be a little bit hopeful that maybe her brother was alive. Nope.
Yep.
And then there's Santa. I don't really have an opinion on Santa.
Right. Yeah, we only got into...
He knows his shit.
Yeah.
Like, he knows his shit, but he can be kind of an idiot.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we'd have to spend, like, one more room with him to get to know him better.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we didn't go that way.
Yeah. Okay, and theory so far?
I'm still grabbing onto the Zero being one of them. I'm still grabbing onto that theory. Zero has to be one of them. It's just the motive that throws me off, because Lotus does have a point. What motive would they have for killing Snake?
Yeah.
But then again, it could just be because Snake might have figured out Zero's identity.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Or at least he had all the connections to try and, like, connect the dots, and Zero figured that out and just jumped him for it.
Right.
But then, if that's the case, also, who's the other one?
Right.
Because it had to be 2 people that could open the door, including with Snake. I don't know.
Yeah, food for thought.
I feel like that. Yeah, food for thought, basically.
But well, that will be it for today. If everything goes well, we'll record tomorrow, and we'll probably get some answers. I'm probably an ending because we are approaching ending territory here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and of course, let me tell you, this game has obviously multiple endings, and to get to the true ending, you have to do a couple of things. And I will not tell you those things, but I will help you along, though.
Yeah,
I will not
I'm
show you
definitely
to
gonna
the
need
right.
it.
Yeah, but your first run, I'll just everything you choose, you choose. I won't interfere in anything in that more than that. So whatever you get by the
Yeah.
end of this, you'll see.
Yep.
But yeah, that's gonna be all for today, guys. If you guys like the video, please do leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And become part of the Discord server, so it'll be sending the uploads to YouTube. And once I have good internet, I'll be going live on Twitch for some more heavy-duty games on my computer. And without that, I bid you all by you, travelers, adieu. So bye-bye, and have a great day, everybody!
Bye bye.